Hey everybody, Lee from PcjunkieMods here. So today I'm going to do a little bit of a different video. I've been working with Intel for a while now, and this is one of the mods for Intel. This is number 6, so unfortunately I haven't been able to do any videos or work logs or anything on any of them, because a lot of times everything's pressed for time and I'm trying to get them done and get them to them, because the last thing I want is Intel to go somewhere else. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what's in the system and how it's set up. This S-Frame has been getting a lot of feedback on the social media, so I figured I would kind of go over it and show you what I've done, because one of the biggest questions that I've got about it is how am I running this kind of setup water cooled on it. What I will show you is what I've done on the back area, because the S-Frame comes with 2 pieces of glass, one on the front and one on the back. You don't really need the glass on the back, so I use the existing mounting points to create what I call a backpack, and it's basically a rad backpack. I put radiators in it, I put the reservoir on it, and then I did quick disconnects to everything, so that way the backpack part can come off for shipping, so I don't have to worry about it getting destroyed. I'm actually building a custom crate for it, so that way it'll hopefully survive all shipping journeys. So basic spec on the system is the EVGA classified X99 motherboard with an Intel 5960X 8-core processor. There's 32 gigs of Corsair RAM in here, 4 EVGA GTX Titan Blacks, 4 Intel 480 gig SSDs, which will, I think, be in a RAID 0. And then at the very bottom, I've actually installed a custom plate for the Intel P3700, which is an enterprise SSD, PCIe based. So what I've done is ran a ribbon from in between the cards and ran it down to the PCIe SSD. All the water cooling parts are EK and Primo Chill. There are some miscellaneous coolants and bits power fittings that I ended up using because I didn't have the other fittings that would have worked. Like the quick disconnects or coolants to be able to disconnect the backpack off the back. Also, as far as the power, it is the Corsair AX1500i, so that's powering this whole beast. Everything is sleeved with Lutro Customs Teleo sleeving, and then there's a custom paint job at the bottom. You can see the blue flames all the way around. That was done by a friend of mine, Air Raid Airbrush here in Stockton. So let's go ahead and get into how the backpack works. Alright, so basically to remove this backpack, the removal is just a reverse for the install. For the most part, a couple of the hoses have enough slack, and most of the cables have enough slack to be able to put it back together. So for the most part, I just start simple, take off the thumb screws. There's 4 of them, 2 on each side. I pull off the bottom ones first because I don't want it to like fall off and start hanging here. Not that it will, but. And all this is a thin sheet of aluminum. It probably would have been a lot better and a lot heftier in a piece of steel. But unfortunately, as it is right now, I could show you how top heavy it is. It's literally on the brink. If I pull the glass off, it will flop over. So what I also made is a little stand to slide under this, so when it goes to show and stuff, in case somebody bumps into the table, it doesn't topple over. So the little stand is just a piece of metal that I bent up. You just shove it under the bottom. I should probably disconnect. So we'll start here, and the best thing to do is obviously have a towel handy in case you don't. Just to do that, just to be on the safe side. So that one's popped off. I'm going to spin this around so we can see over here. This one's a little more complicated to get to. There's an LED light here. You can just pop that apart, and then kind of gets it out of the way. And then I can pop this, and then the hose will pop right out. And then I'll just go ahead and wipe it off just in case. And this is actually, these are all on swivel, and they're broke through the I actually have fill ports and stuff on the case. Okay, so that pretty much separates the two tight ones. The other two hoses are got a lot of slack in them, so you can actually pull those right out. And I'm just holding my thumb on here just to keep it, you know, steady. And then what I'll do is pop the bottoms. And then I just set it down, just like that. So now what I can do is, since I'm kind of on the edge of my Lazy Susan, I can take the case and move the case over a little bit. It gives me enough room. Now I can spin this so you can see what's going on in here. You can see basically I got this crisscross, so I got the ports on one rad over here and ports on the other rad over here. The reason being is it keeps it less congested, not having everything all in one area. And plus I have the ends on the bottom of the rads, so that way the flow will blow the air bubbles out of the top. It's just least resistance. And then pop that. Set that on the ground in there. Wipe that off. And then this one. And the bad thing about the quick disconnects, not really bad, it's just you gotta make sure when you connect and disconnect it has to be fast, because if it's not fast, you basically open the floodgates and all the liquid will just come pouring out. The reason I know that is because I've done that. So I went to connect and it wasn't one smooth motion, and basically I wasn't sure if I was straight. I was kind of cockeyed, but it already engaged it and the liquid just started pouring right out of it. So you have to be careful about that. So then I have this Molex connection down here. This is for the pump and for the fans. And then I have an RPM sensor from the pump here. So now that's completely disconnected. Everything's off, as you can see. Just makes it nice and simple. And if, like, I'm gonna actually, since I have this off, I'm gonna go ahead and top it off. So I'll tilt it on an end, I'll pop this cap, I'll fill it from there. Now to put it back on, I just want to show a basic. I'm not going to actually put it back on, but I'm going to show you the easiest way to connect it back together. The tube right here is the longest tube. So the best thing to do is actually connect that one up to here. After that one is connected, there's another tube that would connect to here, which is the other long one right here. So I would connect that over the top of this one. Reason being is because this one will flare. Once you put the backpack up, it kicks up. So if that other tube runs over the top of it, it's going to put too much pressure on the tube to work correctly, and I don't know how it would react in long term. So then pretty much everything else is connect this one to here in the end after you have the backpack on, and same with this one. Once the backpack is on, you connect this one to the it actually goes directly off the reservoir. So, and then just the Molex can be connected while this is apart because there's enough slack. Same with the RPM, and you could even connect the LED. Now the LED needs to be connected a certain way for it to, where's it at? For it to actually work. So it is marked. There's a white stripe on it. So when you go to connect it, you just make sure the white stripe. That way I know. I don't put it, because if you put the LED on backwards, it doesn't light up. So that's pretty much it. I just, another part of the reason that I'm showing this is because when this goes to show, the people that will be putting it together, if Johnny's not there, would need to know how to do this. So anyways, so that about wraps it up. Thanks for watching my video. Until next time.